praise is due to the Most High. We talking boxing talk. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sometimes like in boxing life, knock you down. Get up on both feet, we never accept defeat. Remove the chains off your mind and take your time. The truth teller's always on the front line. You COINTELPRO boxer fans, you're dead wrong. Spitting division and hate all day long. But I rebuke you spineless devils in the name of Jesus. And y'all know we really don't give a damn about your wicked motives, always trying to split the fam. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sunday afternoon, I need to unwind. I grab a cup of tea and play my sister Sugar Free. Mars, her knowledge, she will set you free. But don't get it twisted, ain't nothing sweet. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. My brother Drew Titan early in the AM, always speaking facts about the code. All the truth tellers, yeah, they real bold. The General 78, yeah, he real cold. Need some boxing history, shout out to Stormy B. Queen Shawala, always on the scene. And gotta give a shout out to our champ side, getting us real facts, always down to ride. Now through one of these truth tellers you found me. Now let's talk boxing with Coach B. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Shout out to my brothers Freedom March, Patrice X, who helped me put this whole thing together, and my sister, the great honorable Dr. Cameron Fields, helping us get our minds right. Mind, body, and soul. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Good morning, good morning. Come on in, family. Take a seat. We talking boxing talk. Yes, sir. Salute. Dr. Cameron Fields is in the house. Sister, I see you. Always on 10 toes, standing with your brother. We talking boxing talk, family. Woke up this morning. I felt that cool hit me. Came inside, put up my tree, put on some Otis Redding. Merry Christmas, baby. Truly treat me nice. Got me a diamond ring for Christmas. Feel like I'm in paradise. I hope everybody's feeling well. Salute, salute. We got Andrew 100 is in the house. Salute, family. Andrew 100 is in the house. So boxing, will it survive? And if it survives, are the trolls coming with us? That's what we're talking about today. I got some good news. Let's get right into it. The good news is, family, boxing is going to survive. But the trolls are coming with us. We are in this wicked relationship with those who are really enemies to the sport. But you know, you ever have an annoying cousin or that family member that you really don't want to take with you, and moms and dad, they say, hey, you know, y'all got to take your cousin with you. That's the type of relationship we have with these trolls. But let's get into this boxing talk. So first off, what is a troll? All of you who are building these channels, all of you who see the people on Facebook and in these social media spaces speaking of trolls, let's get into that first and lay a good foundation. Hold on, fam. I see some more people coming in. The sister Dr. Fields said they're like gnats. They're like thorns in my side. But let's talk about the trolls for a second. Let's get into it and set this a nice foundation. Hope everybody's feeling good this morning, because as you can tell, Coach feeling good. Coach is feeling real good. Let's share that to the stage. So, family, this is a troll from Scandinavian mythology. This is what the troll is historically known of. But I don't want you to just think about the physical characteristics of this ugly being. I want you to focus on the characteristics of a troll. When someone comes into our chats, when they come into our boxing spaces and they say, "Oh, I'm just trolling." Well, what was the characteristics of a troll? They were bitter. They were man-eaters, which really fits the lifestyle of some of these trolls. They were people who would always be in your path, trying to stop you from going to where you need to go. So when we have a heavyweight champion like a Deontay Wilder, and we're trying to figure out why our own American boxing fans are rooting against their own champion, they have the characteristics of this being that you see on my screen, the troll. When we try to push our fighters and support them to fight the best, those who cause division, we're dealing with those trolls. But the only way we can get them out the sport, they'll never completely be gone. They're like roaches. They'll survive an atomic bomb. But we have to bring shame back. We have to bring shame back into our sport, where they feel they don't have a say. We have to bring shame back to let them know, listen, if you don't know what you're talking about, you should shut your damn mouth. But we're not going to start the morning off like that, because everyone has their say, right? Come on in, family. The water is warm. Come on in. Let me sip a little bit of this soursop tea, this cancer fighting tea. So I was on a video the other day, and Greg Hackett was giving some advice to somebody in the gym, and I seen all in the comment section people saying, how is Greg Hackett going to give advice when his record is such and such? And just the disrespect of former fighters, coaches, is getting out of hand. But social media makes it safe. Boxing is one of the only sports where we are disrespected by couch potatoes who have never laced up a pair of gloves. You all take talking points of other people and you regurgitate them. You hear Max Kellerman say something that sounds good and you regurgitate it, not realizing that your journeyman who's been boxing for years in your local boxing gym can beat up the average person. They maybe didn't go amateur. They maybe didn't go pro. But for you to disrespect them, let me paint the picture for you like this. Imagine a football player who played college football, went through the combine, is still in shape and in their prime, versus somebody who has never played football in their life, critiquing them because they didn't make it to the NFL. That is the same thing people are doing to us in the sport of boxing. Some of the greatest trainers in boxing history did not have great records, but they were great coaches. You being a great trainer and coach has nothing to do with your professional career. Teaching the sweet science is about, do you have the method? Do you have the ability to teach the sweet science where people can grasp it and become better fighters? It is interesting how we drag each other. but many of us don't have that same smoke for Eddie Reynoso. Let's stay right there for a second. Oh man, they in trouble. Merry Christmas, baby. Every time Canelo's in trouble, Eddie Reynoso didn't have an answer for Canelo. He would say, hey, just use your experience. Come on, Canelo. Come on, Canelo. Huh? But you all don't drag Eddie Reynoso. You all don't have that smoke for Eddie. But you got that smoke for Virgil Hunter. You got that smoke for Bomac. We're not going to go there today. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. We're not going to go there today. But let's get into this boxing talk now that we have laid the foundation on the trolls and what they are. The best repellent to a troll is to be successful. The best repellent to a troll is for real boxing. Real boxing to keep happening. And I must say, salute to the Sensei Stormy B, man. I must say, I am super excited for the things we're going to talk about today. I'm super excited about what's going on in the sport of boxing. And I want you all to know, there's a lot of people crying right now about the hoopla with Tank Davis. Listen, y'all, nobody is bigger than the program. Nobody is bigger than the program. Boxing is going to live on. Let's get into it. Some things. I want to give a shout out to some honorable people who are leading the sport of boxing, who are out here doing things that we might not even know about. I just want to acknowledge them real quick and talk about what it should look like when our champions aren't in the ring. So if you all are okay, I would like to share something with you. Shout out to Clarissa Shields, who did an interview with Stephanie McMahon, tapping into a whole nother arena of fandom. So I got to give a shout out to our brother, Terrence Crawford, this man right here. Look at him. Look at him. Look at Bud, y'all. So let me say this about our brother Bud. All right. I have some honorable mentions. I had to write these down, y'all. So I just have to acknowledge that Bud Crawford is everything they try to make Chuck Norris seem. He is everything every action star that was a martial artist that they try to make seem like they could beat up Superman. That's who Bud Crawford is. Bud Crawford, I feel he doesn't have to fight again if he doesn't want to. But if he were to retire, I was thinking about it last night, y'all. And here are some movies I believe that Bud Crawford would be great at if he did, maybe a few months of acting school and had some help. I believe that Bud Crawford will be a great action star. I think he understands combat, like the sensei just said. But I have some ideas, and you all drop a few ideas in the chat as well. So from the top, I believe that Bud Crawford will be good in a Blade remake. Let's see. Let me paint the picture for you all just a little better. Yes. I want us to be able to really see the picture. So I have Blade remake. Imagine Bud Crawford as Blade. I have Action Jackson. Now, for some of you young folks that might not know about Action Jackson, in your free time, I want you to go on Google. I want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to type in Action Jackson. These are some of the movies that, you know, our parents and some of us who are old enough grew up on, where you saw masculine, strong brothers that weren't depicted as thugs, but were leads. They were the main leads of these movies. People that we could look up to. I believe he will be good in a Alien versus Predator saga. I think Bud Crawford will do good as a Shaka Zulu. I believe he will do a good cameo in Black Panther. And anybody with Team Crawford, just listen. Hey, if you need to bring me on for my ideas, I got you. All right. Now, shout out to my lady. We were talking last night, and I don't know why I didn't think of this. She said, "Babe, what about The Last Dragon?" I said, "My God, see, that's why you need to have a good woman around, because a good woman will multiply what you're doing." So The Last Dragon. I don't know if you all remember the movie Original Gangsters from 1996. That's a good one. I was thinking about maybe a Marcus Garvey biopic, or check me out, a Undisputed 4. Undisputed 4. They wouldn't even have to make a new storyline because the movie's so old. If you all remember the Undisputed version of Vin Rames, they could use that same storyline, and I think that would do numbers. Imagine, the champ. Nah, I want a new storyline. I don't want him to have to go to jail. But I think he would be good in the Undisputed. Just his attitude, man. Now, anything dealing with fighting, Bud ain't really got to go to acting school. He gonna play a good part at that. But shout out to Bud Crawford. Per Blue Blood Sports TV came out and gave the news that Bud Crawford saved a man's life from jumping off a bridge. The man is a real life superhero. Shout out to our champion, Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, I told you all I was excited about what we have coming up in the sport of boxing. So this weekend we have Lubin versus Ortiz. So let's just take a look at Eric Lubin and just a little bit of his last fight. Little highlight here. Okay, we're gonna keep the volume down. Sorry, folks, if that hurt your ears. There we go. So based off this clip, do you all see anything that's going to give Ortiz some problems? Do you all see anything from Lubin that hopefully he has fixed through his camp? I think that his style is tailor-made for Virgil. I am rooting for Lubin, but I do believe that Ortiz is going to give him some issues. Not to write the brother off, it's just some like the brother Sensei would say, some dimensional things. Salute Don Vaughn in the house. So y'all, this is Lubin's last fight. I will say I don't like the way Lubin launches in, and I watched a few of his fights. Sometimes he launches in with his jab, and if you're going to do that, you need to be protected when you do it. I am worried about him fighting out of his high guard against a man like Virgil, because if you fight Virgil's fight like that, that's what he wants. Virgil Ortiz, the best way I can describe Virgil Ortiz, he has a refined puncher brawler style. And I have to say refined because he's not flat-footed the whole time. He decides when to be flat-footed. Now, Lubin did win this fight. All right, let's take a look at Ortiz in his last fight. And then let me see what picks you all have. All right, here we go. Who is this against? Madrimov? Oh, yeah. Is it not showing what I'm... Let me see. Why is it not? I'm sorry, family. 1 second. Why did it go to? That's strange. That's Blade. There we go. All right. Hopefully you all should be able to see Ortiz versus. There we go. Okay. Don Vaughn says Lubin seems too smoother his power. I'm rooting for him. I think he still has a great chance. So Don Vaughn says, hey, he thinks Lubin has a great chance to pull the win against Ortiz. So you all see what I mean? Ortiz and Lubin a lot of times fights out of the high guard. Ortiz just he refines it just a little bit when it's time to trade. That could cause some problems for Lubin. And you all see Madrimov, when Ortiz is pressuring Madrimov uses that footwork and gets the hell out of there. Lubin doesn't move like that. I could see that giving Lubin an issue. But Lubin's going to have to get slick on Ortiz. He's not going to be able to fight out of the high guard the way he has been doing his last 3 fights. If he does, he's going to pay. See, look at him. You have to have whoever has the superior feet. You heard it here first. Whoever has the superior feet, superior footwork, that's who's going to come out on top this weekend. I will be watching this. I might even call it. Now he is touching Ortiz too. See, Madrimov is touching him. He's not trying to stand there and bang with him. I know they said Ortiz won, but man, Madrimov was touching that man in some of those rounds. See, you can't stand right there with him. That's what I mean, man. If you stand in front of Ortiz like that, you're going to have a bad day. Who y'all got, family? Talk to me. Is Don Vaughn the only one brave enough to say who he has? So we're going to see, family. As of right now, I'm going to be rooting for Lubin, but I will say, if they have not worked on him being able to move, the brother Sensei says something that I've been around a lot of coaches, and I've coached myself. I've trained soldiers for many years in the military. I've trained fighters. And I have to say, that Stormy B Man described the levels and the dimension of a fighter better than anyone I've ever heard before. And I am a brother that has been through all kinds of training, from the military, law enforcement, airborne paratrooper, right? All types of training. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestler, right? Done all of that. What I will say is the way Stormy B Man described the dimensions of a fighter. The first time I heard it was when he was speaking about Canelo versus Crawford, and he was talking about those dimensions. If we take our emotions out of this and we start looking at fighters based off those dimensions, a lot of times we can have a more intelligent choice on who we think is going to win. Now, don't get it twisted. Coach is rooting for Lubin. Don't you get it twisted. I am rooting for the brother. But I do see where there could be some issues. Now, another great teacher that I want to point out that probably isn't getting enough recognition, and when he is recognized, I don't like the way he is treated. Ob Jones, salute, fam. So let's take a look at this for a second. I want you all to look at some work by our brother Bomac. Okay, which was a war between Billy versus Martinez. Minute and 41 seconds. I think we got time. Now, I want you all to remember Billy versus Martinez. First half of the fight, Billy was actually beating Martinez, who is under the leadership of Bomac. Now, they're not going to show it in this video, but Bomac gives some of the best corner coaching to Martinez that I have seen probably since that infamous clip of Freddie Roach motivating Timothy Bradley, telling him, we're firemen. I need the best 15 minutes of your life, and gives him exact instruction. That's the kind of instruction Bomac gave Martinez. Martinez came back and made it a draw. Don Vaughn said, Coach Hudson, the only thing we have to go off of is that Lubin been a little more battle tested, i.e. Fundora and Charlo. That is a fact. That is a fact. You say Billy fights similar to Henry Armstrong. That's legendary right there. That takes a lot of energy and stamina. So I will say this, family, because I don't mind making a prediction. In the rematch, if Billy fights the same way he fought Martinez from round 6 to 12, and Martinez fights him the same way he fought after Bomac gave him that instruction, and Billy gonna have a bad night. If you all go back and watch Billy versus Martinez, Billy's trainer gave him no instruction. When Martinez started really tagging him, and then Billy was coming in with the high guard and was closing up those rounds, making them 10-9 round, 10-9 round, 10-9 round, and you have Bomac over there giving that instruction. Listen, family, I don't care what anybody says. Bomac should have trainer of the year, not just because of what he does with Bud. When Bomac trains a fighter, as long as that fighter will listen, Bomac has the ability to be so in tune with the fighter. You would think that he's been training that fighter since they were a kid. That is not easy to do. It takes time. It takes trust. It takes a hell of a journey to get to the level that Bomac is with his fighters. Shaquilla Fields is in the house. Salute to you, Shaquilla Fields. Hassan 7 Fighters salute says he is doing a good job with Eubank Jr. too. He is doing a great job with Chris Eubank Jr. And I'm glad we brought that up. Great minds, they say, think alike. Let's take a look at Bomac and old Chris Eubank Jr., the son of the great Rastafari. Let me see. Come on, StreamYard. Let's go. We're over here working. Start it from the top. Look at Bomac getting that work in. Bomac not playing. Bomac not playing. Let's go, brother. Let's go, brother. I'm telling y'all, Bomac, I got to say this. Trainers have different approaches, right? Some of the worst trainers, let me not call them worst trainers, because we have different approaches. We have different ways we feel like a fighter should be tuned, right? Bomac will tell you that Eddie Futch is one of his favorite trainers in the history of boxing. A fighter doesn't need to be rebuilt completely when they're at this level. Follow me. So, shout out to Malik Scott and the work he tried to do with Wilder. That's not what you do with a fighter like Wilder. I want you all who know the sport, I want y'all to think about this for a second. Imagine if Eddie Futch coached Wilder and taught him how to fight out of the cross-arm guard. Let that sizzle in your spirit for a second. Imagine if Wilder fought most of his career out of the cross-arm guard defense with a mixture of Philly shell here and there. Tyson Fury would be done. Listen to me. Tyson Fury would be done. When you have a fighter like Wilder who went through the Olympics and that is his style is wild, but he has a God-given right hand like that, you set up a shell around him to teach him how to land it more effectively while defending himself and taking less punishment, because that punishment catches up to you. But that might be for another time. So Bomac is with Chris Eubank, right? He is fine. He is giving Chris Eubank Jr. fine tuning. If you all go back and watch the Conor Benn fight, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn, you will see that Chris Eubank Jr. he's looking for something, especially him being the bigger man. I don't want to say too much, but Bomac is going to give him that something. Does that mean he's automatically going to win? No, because the fighter at the end of the day has to implement what the trainer is teaching. But I will say he has the right man in his corner. Hold on, family. I wanna briefly show you all something that has been bothering me with this whole trainer of the year thing, and I want to talk about Ring Magazine for just a quick second, because I have to say I really don't like the way they're moving, and I want to show you all exactly what I mean. I thought I had all my slides ready. I apologize. Give me like 30 seconds. Yeah, don't take it down now. Yeah, don't take it down now. I think it's on my, you know what it is, it's on my page, my YouTube page. I got you. I'll see your comments. Oh, they actually fall. Aaron Peterson versus Chris Thompson. I gotta go watch that. Merry Christmas, baby. Shout out to the quote. Being honored by Stephanie McMahon. Yeah. This is what I want. Right here. Don Bond says Martinez, in my opinion, preparing Bud for Canelo kind of took away from his and Billy game plan. If he had boxed more, they would definitely make adjustments next fight. Wait. You said, okay, Martinez, in my opinion, preparing Bud for Canelo kind of took away from his and Billy game plan. If he had boxed more, they would definitely make adjustments. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that if Martinez would have boxed the way he was supposed to box. See, he started trying to bang with Mbili, which by the grace of God, he didn't get knocked out. You don't bang with Mbili. Mbili would get you out of here. But he started boxing under the direct instruction of, I believe, without the shadow of a doubt, the trainer of the year, Bomac. But let me share this with you all, family, and see what you all think about this. There it is. Bring that to the stage, please. Mook underscore is in the house. Shout out to you, my brother. My brother who passed away a few years ago, his name was Mook. So family, salute to you. Excuse me. All right. So let's take a look at this. So this is Ring Magazine saying boxing trainer Robert Garcia has one of the deepest rosters in the sport. Virgil Ortiz is next up this Saturday on The Zone, right? Giving homage to Robert Garcia and his stable. And I said, no hate on Robert Garcia. No hate on them honoring him. But I do have a question, Ring Magazine. Ring Magazine. When the hell are you all going to honor Bomac? Ring Magazine. Some of the greatest fights that you have seen, Bomac has been involved in as a trainer. When are you all going to honor Bomac the way it seems you all go over and beyond to honor Robert Garcia and just insert them and not pay homage to the people who are giving you these amazing events? I don't know about y'all, but it seems there's a pattern going on. Ryan Garcia keeps getting rewarded. He keeps getting a reward for his behavior by Ring Magazine. He's a commentator now for Ring Magazine. See, they wanted to put a certain coach up there, but his stable is questionable because of PED use. So you don't want to talk about Bomac. Y'all still don't want to honor Bomac, and then shame on these channels who bring Bomac on, and you try to insult him. It's becoming way too normal for the people that we should be appreciating in the sport to not be appreciated. Don Vaughn says they crucify productivity and celebrate stupidity. Backwards generation. That's right. That's right. And I just have to say this. This is why we have to celebrate our great ones. Because you all can see, y'all see what Ring Magazine is up to. See, we gave them a pass when they gave Ryan Garcia the main event in New York. We're not going to dwell on that though this morning, because boxing is going to rise again. But I just want you all, keep your eye on Ring Magazine. Keep your eye on how they're moving. Shout out to the Wolf, Elijah Pierce, who will be fighting for a world title under Manny Pacquiao's first boxing promotion event. When I get the date, I will be promoting that for our brother, for everyone who follows our brother Drew Titan. Elijah Pierce is the brother with the locks that sparred Gervonta Davis and gave him that work that was on Drew Titan's channel about maybe 5 months ago, and was talking about the trials and tribulations of going through the amateurs and having to change up his style, and the corruption, the judges, how they don't really like the slick black fighter. Damn, what's going on? So Elijah Pierce will be fighting on that card, y'all. So that goes to show you, don't think just because you see a brother on one of the smaller channels that this is happening in real time. In real time. So shout out to that brother Elijah Pierce. Like I said, boxing's gonna rise again, but the trolls are coming with us. The Rings, Mook _ says the Rings owner changed, but the infrastructure didn't. Same racist in place. That's what it's looking like, family. Gotta call a spade a spade. If it look like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a damn duck. Now, here we go. What else we got going on in the sport that I'm looking forward to? Because we have a huge fight this weekend. Undercard's gonna be good. Let's see who else we got. Oh man. Fulton versus Foster.
In San Antonio.
He's either ring on his date.
Bro, I didn't need I didn't, bro. What was gonna happen was, be real with you, I was gonna move on anyway. Like if this ain't happening, so it ain't nobody making no accommodations for me, bro. Like I made it for myself for the fight. Well, say that for yourself. Say it for yourself, not for me. Not for me. Ain't nobody gave me no extra bread or nothing like that, bro. Acting like accommodations, like. Nobody know if they. Cause you talking like you just made some shit happen, bro. You ain't made the fight happen on this date, bro.
I made the fight happen on this.
Well, I appreciate you, my G. But don't go on there talking like you just did some extra stuff for it. Like, come on, bro.
When have I said something like I did some extra shit?
Man, I'm talking about Pete,
when
whatever.
have you seen me write tweet or anything? That been y'all.
I'm just letting y'all know. Ain't nobody move mountains for nothing.
It's always an issue and shit, man. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit.
Man, I'm just letting you know. I don't give a fuck what you trying to hear. I don't care what you trying to hear. I'm just letting you know. Ain't nobody move mountains for me, boy. Like, ain't nobody need.
Bro, I made this shit happen.
That's
final, bro.
Like, I don't know what you.
It's fine.
We made this happen, boy. We pushed for this fight to be before the end of the year. Let's be real. We pushed for this fight to be before the end of the year. Y'all, and you wanted to go to January, February, boy.
No, the fuck I didn't want to go to January, February.
Hey, man.
That's how I can tell you don't know what you talking about, bro. You just talking, bro. As usual, bro. You just be talking, bro.
I'm in negotiations. I know what's going on. I ain't behind the scenes,
bro. Well, they must be fucking lying to you.
Ain't no way.
I ain't asking. I know everybody already know I ain't asking no January nor February. They was gonna try to push it to January or February if it wasn't for me stepping the fuck up and keep making phone calls. I don't know what the fuck you did on your end, but I know what I did on my end.
If it wasn't for you, bro.
I know what I did on my end. I don't know what you did on your end.
You so
I know what I did on my end though.
You got it cool, boy.
I know what I did on my end. I know what I did on my end though.
You got it cool.
I don't know what you did on your end to make shit happen.
Motherfuckers be trying to make themselves seem so great.
But you didn't even say I was trying to make it happen January, February, and these niggas lying to you. Nobody, why the fuck would I try to push it for January, February?
I don't know, family. It looks like Foster might be getting a little bit under Fulton's skin. But I can tell you what, family. Those brothers are going to fight. Those two brothers right there are going to fight. You hear me? That might be, well, that's definitely going to be a contender, I believe, for fight of the year. Between them, David Benavidez versus Yard, Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney, I could see one of those being fight of the year because Foster and Fulton are talking greasy to each other. What do you all think about that fight? Who you all got, Foster or Fulton? And I appreciate the black boxing community allowing it to be competitive without us gang banging on each other. So salute to each and every one of you. What else we got? Now it looked like, now you all tell me if I'm wrong. I would like to pull this up without. There we go. Can you all see that card? So Mook _ has Foster. I do believe that Foster might be giving him work. But family, look at this card. Who's putting this card on? Is this PBC? I don't want to say the wrong thing. So Don Vaughn says I'm edging it to Cool Boy. Now we got 17 people in here. And only Mook _ and Don Vaughn is talking. And then I got 8 likes. What's going on? Please like, subscribe, or share. And if you can, please put your thoughts in the chat. We want to hear from you, family. You don't have to think like me. I just want you to think. Don't be scared to talk to Coach. Salute Jalen Hudson in the house. So Mook _ has Foster. Don Vaughn says I'm edging it to Cool Boy. Mook _ Don Vaughn, the only ones that got an opinion. People scared to say their opinion. So that's the day we living in. Nobody wants to be wrong. Family is boxing. Somebody got to win and somebody got to lose. We got to get away from that. Nobody's always going to be right. And if they act like that, they're full of shit. Straight up. They're full of it. Let me see. Who else we got? So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Let's see. Who else we got? But look at this card, y'all. Big F17 said, I got Foster. All right, we got 2 for Foster. 2 for Foster, 1 for Cool Boy Steph. Family, I gotta say this. I thought PBC was done for. But if PBC is putting on this card, which I believe they are, that's a hell of a card, y'all. I think Turkey and them might be making everybody else tighten up a little and say, hey, we got to put on some real events now. We have to put on some real. Look at this card, y'all. Look at it. You got Cruz versus Roach. You got Laura versus, how you say that? Kanani? Noli? I know I messed that up. Fulton Jr. versus Foster. The fact that we have Fulton versus Foster and Cruz versus Roach on the same card is crazy. And then we got Ramos Jr. versus Mosley Jr. Oh my God. Then you got Martin versus Barthelemy. I could tell y'all now, Ramos Jr. versus Mosley Jr. is gonna be a banger. We got back-to-back bangers because Laura ain't about to play neither. You got Fulton versus Foster, and then you got Cruz versus Roach. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Hey, PBC might be saying, hey, PBC got something to say. Y'all been talking a whole lot. Y'all been talking real greasy in these boxing spaces, huh? Big F17 said it's been a minute since we had a card this strong. Hey, y'all, that's real. I think it is Mook underscore. I think this is a PBC card. This is either a PBC card or a joint venture. But the promotion that I saw on Facebook, Instagram, and Google, it had PBC as the promoter for Isaac Cruz versus Isak Cruz. Thank you. Isak Cruz versus Lamont Roach. So I believe that this is PBC. Hold on, y'all. Jalen Hudson said I got Cool Boy Steph. So we got 2 for Cool Boy Steph. We got 2 for Foster. I'm telling y'all, family, I told y'all, boxing will rise again, but the trolls are coming with us. We just have to get used to silencing them with the truth. See, when you have cards like this, a card with Roach, Laura, Foster, Ramos, Bart, all on it. That's a hell of a card. And then we have who? We have David Benavidez, Yard. We have Devin Haney versus Norman Jr. Who else is on that card? Mook underscore said they're only top ranked and PBC fighters, so it makes sense. So maybe this promotion is top ranked and PBC putting this on. But hell, you know what, family? To keep it real, if Turkey is making top rank and PBC finally come together and put on these cards that they could have been doing 10 years ago, is it too late? You know? Hold on. Yeah, I put it in the chat. Yeah. Hold on, family. Let me see. Somebody just texted me and asked me to put the link in the. Hey, man, salute to my brother Patrice X. I seen you in here early. Let's see. I haven't done this in so long. I almost forgot. There we go. Thank you, Mook underscore. How did I forget Bam Bam? Bam Rodriguez is on the Dev versus Norman card as well. So, hey y'all, I told you, boxing is rising again. But the trolls are coming with us. Somebody asked me about the Tank Davis situation and said, well, you know, what is this, boys? I want to show you all what tough love look like. I saw this little clip on YouTube and said, man, I got to share this with the family. Hold on, I want y'all to hear this. How do you put the sound back on? I want the sound. Nah, man, I need the family to be able to hear this. What's going on with the sound? So you all can see it, but you can't hear it, huh? So this young brother, I think his name was like Rocky or something like that. The prison doctor was in there trying to give him knowledge, trying to get him to change his ways. So, you know, he brings his security in there to act like they're going to jump him. And the prison doctor stands up and he says to his security, hey, young brothers, listen, I'm trying to change this man's life. He's headed down the wrong road. Now, are you all going to be with me and help me? Or are we going to crash out? We can have it either way. And at the end, when you all see them putting him on the ground, his brothers, instead of being yes men, they make him get down and do those push-ups. You know, that's what tough love needs. That's what our brother Javante Tank Davis needs. He needs some of that tough love. Just wanted to show. I wish I had the sound because it was hilarious. He thought he was running something. But yeah, family. I just wanted you all to see that, you know, we have things going on. If anybody wants to call in and speak their mind about the atmosphere in the sport right now, what's going on in the sport of boxing, you can. If you are excited about any of these events coming up, you can. But I do want to say this, y'all. People are making a big deal, you know, of making excuses. I've been seeing it all on TikTok. You know, grown men going out their way to defend what's going on with Tank, and the defense they're using is, well, Jake Paul has gotten in trouble for Family. That's a different kind of protection that we don't have. Family. When people have tried to tell you, hey, y'all, we're brothers, we should move like brothers. Nobody wanted to do it then. Everybody said, F that pro-black stuff. We're going to drag Devin Haney anyway. F that pro-black stuff. We're going to drag Deontay Wilder anyway. Now, I have to say, boxing is going to survive. Boxing is not going to die. But if we don't change how we move as brothers and sisters, because the sisters are complicit as well. Some of you sisters, you showed your complete ass with the Clarissa versus Layla Ali situation. You showed your ass and you showed your hypocrisy. And I just want us not to get amnesia. See, one of the reasons why we keep having the same problem, keep repeating the same mistakes, is because we don't deal with it right then and there and call it out. Now yesterday I saw some people praising Richardson Hitchens, right? I got to say, the young brother has skills, but that brother don't move right. I'm sorry. Mook _ said, I believe we are in the post apocalyptic stage of boxing. Apocalyptic stage of boxing. Boxing is holding on by a thread. Yeah, you know, boxing is holding on by a thread, but you know, as long as there's poor people, as long as there's people with a fighting spirit, boxing is going to be around. The question is, what's going to be the leveraging power that the people have? That's the question. Evander Holyfield, in his old age, is sounding the alarm, telling fighters, listen, all right, you all let them pass this Muhammad Ali revisionist act if you want. Now, young folks can get on here and try to act like they know more than Evander Holyfield when it comes to the business of boxing, but you don't. You don't. He's one of those fighters that was around when these changes started coming about, so fighters could see what they're getting paid. But when a Richardson Hitchens can get in front of a crowd and say, you know, F the Haneys, F this, F that, then the next event he's smiling and cheesing in their faces, then the next event he's rooting against Devin, then the next event he's rooting against Norman Jr., then the next event, the next time you see him, he's on a beach with that Puerto Rican boxer looking very I don't know what the hell that was. It was very clownish. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't root for a brother like that. I can't, because he lets me know that he will eventually be a problem. It's time for us to wake up. Only we have the power to police each other. And that might be the wrong word to use. It ain't so much about policing each other, but we have to have a code of conduct as men. We have to have a code as men that, you know what, brother, we don't move like that. Green Villain Mike said he will switch up quick. I'm sorry. And listen, don't get mad. See, this is what happens. A lot of times people have their favorite fighter because it's somebody that loves Richardson Hitchens and you feel personally attacked. Listen to me. I'm not judging you personally. And I might not even know him personally. But what he has showed in front of the world, that's when Coach has to speak against it. Delano, salute, brother. Delano's in the house. That's when I have to speak against this. And then if you all go back and watch when Richardson Hitchens did that, there are a group of white men standing behind him that have had sour faces the whole night. But as soon as he does that act, they all start smiling. They see that. See, we got us one. We have us another ignorant, compromising brother who is going to play the status quo right now. And you can get mad at Coach. I don't really care. You know, I want to tell you something about me. I will say whatever I'm saying to the person. August had posted something on Instagram making it look like he beat up Errol. It didn't show the context of the rest of the fight. And on that post, I said what I said, and I didn't expect August to respond to me, but he did. And I said, well, damn it, I'm a man. And I had to tell August, I said, well, listen, I'm not a hater of you, but what you're doing right here is deceptive. You're painting a picture and not showing the way it really happened. And you know what? August responded back to me on Instagram on that post and said, you know what? I respect you for saying the truth for the sport of boxing, because I see what you're saying. Somebody could misconstrue what I'm saying. See, salute. Stephen L. the Mac is in the house. Pimping since been pimping. We have to be men at the end of the day. See, that's right. Gotta make master proud. Now listen. Damn it, at some point we got to be men. I don't care if it's Richardson Hitchens. I don't care if it's Tank. Because I've already showed you what your future looks like. Who remembers when Devin Haney beat Loma and Shakur jumped in the ring and they was cheering? Yeah, Shakur, tell it like it is. And Shakur said, I believe Loma won. Now, how disrespectful to your brother. And you still didn't get a fight with Dev or Loma. And all of those white folks in the crowd cheering for Shakur. All of those Mexicans in the crowd cheering for Shakur. Shakur laughing. Shakur Stevenson smiling. Now, family, what did I tell you all when it happened? I told you all on my brother Champ Size channel. I told you all on the General's channel at the time. I wasn't on Drew's channel yet. But at the time, I said, that brother's going to get his wake-up call. And it's coming. And it's coming fast. Pause. So when it's time for Shakur to go against Zepeda, when it looks like his enemy is no longer a black man. See, I done got the good, sweet stuff out the way. Now let's talk. Now, when it was a brother, when it was a black man he was going against, they were all praising Shakur. But as soon as it was time for Shakur to fight Zepeda, Tom and Jerry, not just him, but black fighters were being attacked all over social media. All of you are runners. Tom and Jerry, coward. They're all microaggressive ways to call us niggas. That's right, I said it. And don't be scared that I'm talking like that because Coach Hudson is talking. All you got to do is listen. And if you are around some non-black folks and you're playing it and they're getting nervous or they feel away, let them know that this ain't racist talk. This is love talk between brothers. We're having a conversation real quick. And sometimes when family is having a conversation, things ain't gonna come out sugar coated. A brother told me a few weeks ago on my brother General's channel, after I spoke, he had a problem with the way I speak. He said that I was trying to be a Farrakhan, or I was trying to be a this or that. If you know me, you know that this is how I speak. If you know my family, you know we come from a long line of preachers and people in the church. You either in the church or you was a gangster. Ain't no in between. And don't none of us talk sweet or soft to each other. So instead of that brother understanding the message in what I was saying, the truth that was coming out of my mouth disturbed him. That's what it was. Because I'm holding up a mirror to our own saying, look at you. Look at you looking like a troll. Look at you looking like a hypocrite. Look at you looking like a spineless, compromising Negro. Salute. My brother Abel is in the house. So what happened? Shakur got his wake-up call. Now, somebody tricked me the other day. Someone made one of those AI fight cards, and it was Richardson versus Keyshawn Davis on the card. And I said to myself, please like, subscribe, or share. The likes are nasty. And about 100 people done came through. But I was tricked. I was like my brother Malcolm said, I was bamboozled. I was hoodwinked. I thought that Keyshawn and Richardson was about to fight. And I was surprised because I said, this will be the first time Top Rank let a brother like Keyshawn get a fight like this after effing up their money. That has not happened in the history of Top Rank. You mess up their money and you a brother, oh, they got it out for you for the rest of your career. But then somebody told me yesterday, said, oh, coach, they got you. That wasn't real. I said, these damn demons, these damn artificial intelligence demons playing on the emotions of my love for the sport of boxing. The wake-up call is always going to come. Tank is getting his wake-up call now. What I want all the brothers to understand, especially, those on TikTok making these think pieces on, well, how come Jake Paul has things out on him, but they make it Tank seem so bad? I don't know if some of you brothers grew up in these multicultural communities where you believe that racism doesn't still exist, but they do. They do exist. Jake Paul could go into a church butt naked, slap the preacher, rub his balls on the first lady face, come outside, run down the street, and before the end of the week, the most viral story will be about a black man. Listen to what I just said to you. Little Susie could go into Walmart and unalive everybody in 3 days' time. The story will be about Shaniqua, who left her baby on the church steps. Do you all see what you're dealing with? And what we have been doing in the sport of boxing, especially right after the retirement of Floyd Mayweather, boxers start thinking that they don't have to deal with what Ali dealt with. They started thinking that they don't have to deal with the corruption that a Sonny Liston had to deal with. My brother Delano said, like we said yesterday, Coach, some of us got all smoke for each other, but nothing for non-blacks. And that is a problem. That is a problem. Now it looks like the family is in here. So let's have a talk as family. I'm gonna drop the link just in case Patrice X comes in. My brother come back in. Cause I know my brother come back in, he gonna call in. But listen. Max Kellerman. Y'all remember that guy? Jim Lampley. Jake Paul. Larry Merchant. Jerry Jones. What's Skip Bayless? How come we don't have the smoke for them that we have for each other? Go watch that press conference where Jay Leon Love and Tank are having that back and forth. I'm sorry, Abel, your message just came through. Hey, Beezy, I see you. Salute. Abel said, I have a question. Please like, subscribe, and share. I see y'all in the house. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please. Abel says, I have a question. Why would anyone be offended by the tone of the message instead of understanding the message being received that makes no sense? Well, this is what it is, Abel. And because I got time, my brother Drew's not going live, y'all. So we got time this morning. I done ate my breakfast because I knew I was going to be with you all for a minute. So let's get deep into this for a second. Now, over the last year, anyone that's been following all of us, we have spoke about the COINTELPRO program. We've talked about the agents who were put into black organizations, right? What a lot of us have not talked about are the agents that worked under the black department of the COINTELPRO. These were black men who worked for that three-letter organization at the time to go into the hoods, to go into the ghettos, to destroy not just the black organizations that were considered civil rights organizations, but to also destroy the militant ones and the street organizations at the same time. Over 7,000 black men and women, were mostly men, were in those organizations. Now, how does that answer Abel's questions? Well, I want to show you something, Abel. We have brothers among us who act like they're brothers. They act like they're with the brotherhood. When we start speaking truth to power, when we start speaking about how we should move as men, the spirit that is in them, that Judas spirit that we spoke about last week, right? That Judas spirit that's in them will not allow them to be still. They have to attack me in some way. If you all don't believe me, I want you all to watch something. The next time I speak, whether I'm on Drew Titan's channel, whether I'm on the General's channel or Champside's channel, I want you all to watch the chat. I want you to watch the chat. You're going to see people who have not spoke the whole lot have something to say. And whatever they say, it's going to be very microaggressive. Whatever they're going to say, it's going to be the smallest thing that they disagree with the full thing that I say, and they're going to try to make it a big deal. Example. Yesterday, I'm speaking, and I'm talking about and pointing out how we tried to warn the community about Jake Paul. I spoke about how perfect love casts out all fear. I spoke about how we need to move as black men and black women. And somebody in the chat put, well, I think Jake Paul's doing good for women. What the hell that got to do with my message? That is a microaggression where you don't want to let it be known to everybody. You really disagree with the full truth that I just said. You really have a problem with the full message, but I got to find the smallest thing. It's just like many of you. People might want the answer, but they don't want it to come from you. I hope I'm not shooting above your head. Some of you have family that have never believed in you. Some of you have friends that you have in your adulthood maybe became more successful from. Some of you have people you maybe even went to jail with. And now that you're out, you're skyrocketing. And that person that used to be your friend, they don't want to look like a hater, but this is what happens. When you and your boys get together and you start dropping knowledge, it's always this individual. They got a rebuttal to what you say. Now, some might say, well, no, coach, that's just somebody having a difference of opinion. Now, this is how you have to be careful to know who the Judas is among you. You have to ask yourself, do you only speak up when I'm talking? Do you only have a disagreement when coach speaks? Do you only always have a rebuttal? You don't have a rebuttal when Larry speak. You don't have a rebuttal when Drew speak. You don't have a rebuttal when 78 speak. You don't have a rebuttal when this person speaks. But as soon as coach speak, every single time on every channel, you got some shit to say to try to disagree or try to deviate, like those trolls that we talked about earlier. Where my brother Patrice at? Let me see. Did I drop the StreamYard? So a lot of times, Abel, that's what it's really about. It's not even about the tone. See, when we're building as brothers and somebody comes to me and says, you want to be such and such, and I ain't said shit to you, you're personally attacking me because of the truth that's coming out my mouth. You're personally attacking me because it's something I said that you know that you're doing. So then you feel personally attacked. So then you personally attack the one that's telling the truth in the chat. These are these principalities of darkness and spiritual wickedness we keep talking about. And that's the issue. When we start talking boxing talk, we start talking about the sweet science. We start talking about who has a strong jab, who has a weak jab, who has better footwork, etc. That bothers people who are casuals. Do you all follow what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to gatekeep the sport. We have to be careful who we give passes to. See, Max Kellerman can do what he does because he's a master of regurgitating information. Whole time, Max Kellerman, Lampley, Gray, they'll sit next to Andre Ward, make Andre Ward seem like Andre Ward don't know what he's talking about. People that ain't ever laced up a glove in their life. So that's what it's really about, brother. That's what it's really about. Excuse me, family. Let me take a drink of water. I'm sorry, family. I forgot one fight. I don't know how I forgot this. How did I forget our brother? How did I forget our brothers? Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. So, Green Villain Mike says, who you got in the Virgil Lubin fight, coach? So, I am rooting for the brother Lubin, but I do believe that Virgil is going to beat Lubin based off of the last 3 fights Lubin has had. If Lubin does not get his head off the line and have superior feet to Virgil. Now, y'all listen to me. This is what I know. This is what I know. Now, I don't know who's going to win, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you an anchor that you can hold on to. If Lubin does not have superior feet to Virgil Ortiz, and he tries to do that high guard BS, I'm telling y'all, Ortiz is going to tear his ass up. I want you all to go back and look at the Virgil Ortiz versus Madrimov fight, and I want you to pay attention to where Madrimov struggles and where he gets off good. Lubin is going to have to get his lead foot on the outside of Ortiz's lead foot, and he's going to have to keep his doggone head off the line. That high guard BS that he did in his last fight is going to get him in trouble, family. For those that are just coming to the chat, we're not talking about Devin Haney versus Norman Jr. right now. We're talking about Virgil versus Lubin. Okay, this is a science, and in science, in math, you have equations, right? Let's start looking at boxing in that way. All right, I am Trill Wheel is in the building. Green Villain Mike said, Virgil fight with a lot of heart and no smarts. He coming straight forward. Exactly. So, yeah. So, Virgil is coming straight forward. The problem is Lubin becoming straightforward as well. But he's going to have to get that lead foot on the outside, and he's going to have to salute Joseph Townsend's in the house. He's going to have to spin Virgil. That's all you got to do. Family, listen to me. Listen to Coach. I'm about to give you some free wisdom. Okay? Now follow me. I want to explain this in the easiest way possible. From a coach's standpoint, All right, let's break it down, coach. Here we go. I want you all not to think when you're fighting, oh man, Isaiah W in the house, the Village Brother in the house, the family's in the house, damn it. Hey, Beezy, you must have two lives going at the same time. That's strange. If I do, that's because I might have used the same key. But hold on, family. I do have two lives going at the same time. My bad, y'all. But if you're in here, salute to you. Please like, subscribe, share. So we're gonna break this down from a boxing standpoint. I want you all to stop and listen. I'm giving y'all this for free. Damn it. All right, all of this is for free until I get monetized. All right, but salute to everybody that just came in. I want you all to stop thinking about fighters as, especially when you're looking at a fight. I want you to stop looking at it as left, right, southpaw, orthodox. I want you all to stop doing that. Now, if you're casual, if you are a casual fan of boxing, that's where you need to start. You need to start with learning what the orthodox style is and what you should be doing. You need to learn what a southpaw is. But once you have a good understanding, this is how I want you all to start looking at everything. I want you all to start looking at everything as lead foot, rear foot. Lead foot, rear foot. Okay? Because if a fighter is in trouble, especially if you're dealing with a switch hitter like Bud or like Boots, okay, or like a Marvin Hagler, you don't have time to sit there and be like, all right, champ, look, I want you to watch his left foot, and then when he switches, I want you to watch his right foot, and then when he goes orthodox, I want you to do this, and then when he goes back southpaw, no, listen, this is what you do. You stay in your stance that you're in, whether you're orthodox or southpaw, and you focus on making sure that that other fighter's lead foot does not get on the side of you and you get spun. When you get spun, your ass is grass. Okay? A lot of people think that, to my casual boxing fans, and listen, don't take it as an insult if I call you casual. We all had to start off as a casual something before we became highly skilled at it, right? A lot of casual fans think that Mike Tyson was so much stronger than the heavyweights that he was fighting. That's not what it was. The peekaboo style that was also taught to Floyd Patterson, it looked completely different when Mike did it. Why? Somebody tell me why. Why did the peekaboo stance look different when Mike did it versus Floyd Patterson? Somebody talk to me. Now, this is boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Somebody talk to me. Why was Mike Tyson's version so much better? Salute my fellow coach. Welcome to the chat. Somebody talk to me. Why was Mike Tyson's peekaboo stance? For those who don't remember, the Village Brother said because of his frame. Now, Village Brother, they might not understand what you mean, Village Brother. What do you mean by his frame? Green Villain Mike says head movement and feet. He was able to spin his opponent and punch at angles. Now, hold on, Green Villain Mike. We're moving too fast. We're going to get there in a second. Let's stick here first because some casuals may not know what we mean by spinning them. Okay? Delano says speed and leverage. All right, so all of you brothers are right. Village Brother said the frame. Green Villain Mike said head movement and feet. He was able to spin his opponent and punch at angles. And then Delano said speed and leverage. Mike Tyson was a shorter heavyweight than Floyd Patterson. So when he would spin the fighters, he was always under them. When Floyd Patterson, thank you, it's a couple of things. When Floyd Patterson, but we're gonna bring it down to the simplest form for the casual so they can learn something and become a better student of the science of the sport by the time we finish explaining this to them as the family. Now check it, family. Floyd Patterson was almost, if not the same height as Ali. They were close in height. So when Floyd Patterson would spin fighters, how Costabotto taught him to, he was still eye level, right? When Mike Tyson would spin a heavyweight, he's up under them, and exactly up under him. Where is he when he spins them? He's right there, right up under those elbows. Okay, now remember, we spoke about not looking at these fighters as left, right, orthodox, southpaw. We're looking at it as lead and rear foot. Lead and rear foot. As long as Crawford could keep his lead foot on the outside of Canelo, regardless of which way he switched, right? And it's all about when you're attacking. Now, if you want to keep a fighter at bay with that lead foot, all you have to do is keep it in the middle of them. Okay? You keep it in the middle of them. One of the old Cuban techniques, they would take, and some people actually saw it on one of my old lives that I did, where I took the broomstick and I put it in between the person that was doing the pad work, right? That emulates that lead foot being in the middle, right? We have Best Pugilist says, I actually trained and fought together with Mike in the Junior Olympics. That's my bro. I seen it up close. Salute. All right. Salute to you and your knowledge and the things that you got to see. That's boxing history right there. Now, what we started realizing is, if you all go and watch, and I know Roy Jones and Mike were old men when they did this, but if you all go and watch when Mike and Roy did their exhibition, every time Roy would hit Mike with a check hook and spin out, Mike couldn't get up under Roy. Why? Because the check hook with a lead foot pivot was made to always get you off the line. If you stay on the line, you are right there open for attacks. Billy versus Martinez, perfect example. When Martinez was trying to bang with Billy first 5 rounds, what was happening? Man, Billy was tearing that head up, right? When he starts boxing off the back foot, Billy's getting tagged because now Billy's moving on the straight line. Now let's go all the way back, family. Let's go all the way back to Lubin versus Virgil. Remember, I'm rooting for Lubin, but he cannot fight Virgil the same way he's been fighting, family. You can't do it. Styles make fights. Let's take our emotions out of it for a second. All right, the real Shelton is in the house. Shout out to y'all, family. Now, the Village Brothers said, I see what you're saying. Now, check this out. Before we go to Lubin versus Ortiz, let's look at Canelo versus Crawford. If you all go and do some film study on that fight, we will realize that every time Canelo tries to press Crawford spins. He spins, or he gets up on his toes and he gets all the way off the line, forcing Canelo to do what? Forcing Canelo to do what? Talk to me, family. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Forcing him to do what? I see you. I see you. It forces Canelo to think, boy, east side, easy money. Reset. One east side, easy money. Salute. That is exactly correct. It forces. See, now let me tell you something, family. If you love the sport of boxing, if you wanted to learn something, the brothers in the chat are talking to y'all today. They're telling you we on the same page. How do we know each other's answers, family? Because it's a science. It's a science. Now, if he lunges, Crawford would have knocked his ass out. He has to reset. That's the correct answer. He has to reset. And that gets him frustrated. When Canelo it was either the 11th round or the 12th round, he looks at Crawford and he shakes his head like this because he has to keep resetting. It frustrates the opponent. That's right. Slow feet don't eat. Slow feet don't eat. See? Best Pugilist says he was taught to strike from the southpaw position in close with the right hook to the body and bring the right uppercut up the middle. Some costs taught him he got from smoking Joe Frazier. And you know, not so much the hand movement, but I would say Joe Frazier's frame and the way he moved and the way Mike Tyson's frame is shoulder to shoulder and the way they move is very similar. Both had lethal left hooks, right? But based off the knowledge that we just went over, we're dropping knowledge. We're dropping science. All right, so I know people want to talk about Devin versus Brian Norman Jr., but see, if you understand this problem, if you understand this equation, you're going to get it. Hold on, family. We got some folks in the chat. Wait a minute. And they coming in here. Oh, man. The family's in the house, y'all. So, Andrew, my brother Andrew says, I want Erickson Lubin to win, but I would have to lean towards Virgil Ortiz. I believe he would overwhelm him with constant pressure and body attack. Erickson Lubin is real chinny. Salute. Anwar Willis is in the house. Darknet said, Coach, you stumped me on the boxing question and answer. I'm a visual learner. I got to see this shit to better understand it. Well, then that means that I need to teach better. Even if you're a visual learner, I should be able to describe this to you, Dark Kent, and you understand. So my job before I get off this line is I want to do a better job of explaining the science so that even Dark Kent can see visually what I'm saying. I'm about to do it in a second. Best Pugil says, yeah, that styles are different. I'm just talking about the punch sequence. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that with both of them. But see, that's one of the problems. Now you have people trying to do the peekaboo, right? And even some of them, they do have the feet right, but they're not trying to do the sequence of the punches right. Hold on, family. I got Trill in the house. Hold on, family. Salute my brother Trill Will.
Salute, Coach. What's going on, man?
Man, just up here cooking, talking some science with the family.
Me and my son are on the back porch listening to you, man.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I just wanted to get up here and show you some love, my big boy. You feel me? I had to show you some love up here, man. For real. You're doing a great job, man. And as much as I can, I'm going to promote your channel so you can grow, bro.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, brother. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. I hear what you're talking about Erickson Lubin, though, because I was just telling my son, like, Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin, that's going to be a pretty good fight. But the only thing that scares me about Erickson Lubin is he's really, really chinny. Really chinny. Just like when he fought Sebastian Fundora, when he fought Jamel Charlo, like, he's really, really chinny. When I saw him fight in Atlanta on Tank's undercard, he got caught with a punch that almost dropped him. It rocked him really, really bad, but he was able to recover. But I just want to see what he does if he does get into trouble and Virgil Ortiz just so happens to catch him with a nice little shot and it buzz him really good. Let's see how he responds.
You were at the Tank fight in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Man, bro, I was there too.
Yeah, me, Junior, who else was it? Me, Junior the Truth, JC, my boy Bug, who else was there with us? Oh, Cadillac Red, all of us was there. KG, all of us was there.
So when Floyd came out with the diamond jacket on, right?
Yes, sir.
I was sitting on that side, man. The stadium started shaking.
Man, it was 16,000 people in there, and most of them were black folks.
But they tell you black folk don't sell, Man,
they lying.
Coach,
you was there. You was in State Farm Arena.
Man,
all them people. I went live that night. And it was over 16,000 people in the State Farm Arena, and a majority of them, I would say, about 80% of the people that was in that arena were black people that was in there. Wasn't no arguing, wasn't no fighting. I was in there dapping up people when he knocked out Mario Barrios. I was in there dapping up people. We was all in there drunk, laughing. It was fun. Everybody had a good time.
Listen, everybody in the chat, the Tank versus Gamboa, right? The Tank versus Gamboa fight in Atlanta was probably the closest thing. When you all saw American Gangster, y'all saw Frank Lucas going to the fight, and you had black folks in suits. You had the young generation of brothers and sisters in the street clothes. You had soldiers visiting in their uniforms. Wasn't no fighting, none. No fighting, no shooting happened that night. I mean, that's why I keep saying these fighters have to keep letting these promoters tell them about their own damn people. But right. That might be we get, how we get. That might be another conversation. But shout out to you, Trill Will, for coming through. I'm gonna keep cooking on this science real quick.
Yeah, keep cooking on that science, bro. I'm gonna get back in the chat, man. I'll talk to you later, Brody.
Yes, sir. Peace and blessings. Shout out to my brother Trill Will. Now, my job as a coach today, before I get off this live, Dark Kent, I got to paint a picture where my brother Dark Kent can see it, because see, I'm a visual learner as well. And I had to get with coaches that could make things seem easier. I need to see it clear. Now, these are the levels. Now, our brother Stormy B Man, the sensei, he talks about the dimensions of a fighter. Now, I'm about to show y'all in real time the dimensions of a coach. Some coaches can only teach the way they've been taught. I can teach multiple ways because of my experiences with dealing with different people in the military and coming from different backgrounds. So, Dark Kent, we gonna talk about this visual thing, the visual aspect that I'm trying to teach. So, Dark Kent, this is for Dark Kent. Dark Kent, do you remember the game Mortal Kombat? Enoch Bird, they are paranoid about decent black fighters. No way they match Ortiz with a competent black fighter unless Lubin is paid to lose or sabotage or washed up, especially when it's not a money fight. I'm actually going to just give a few examples. So the first example I want to give you all, because I don't know if Dark Kent, if you used to play games or not, but there were two games that I used to love. It was Mortal Kombat and Tekken. Okay. Now, for us old heads that remember the first Mortal Kombat, when you would fight, you could only attack straight and back. Y'all following me, family? You can only attack straight and back. Okay. All right. That's cool. Dark Kent said, I remember the game, but I didn't play that game often. Cool. That's all right. As long as you know what I'm talking about. In the game Mortal Kombat, you could only move straight and back. All right. And the only way you could get a superior advantage is if you knew some type of special. But punching, kicking, jumping, that was the original Mortal Kombat. Now, when Tekken came out, The big advantage that Tekken had, especially if you got the Rastafarian fighter, Eddie. All right. Hey man, you might be able to beat me in them games. But listen, Tekken, you could actually Eddie, you could actually spin around. You could actually move around the fighter. So we went from fighting on a plane where we could only go front and back to now moving on a transverse plane. All right. Sagittal, we can only move in 1-2 directions. The transverse plane, we can move in a circle if we want. Okay. Now, Dark Kent, I want you to imagine. I'm gonna give you all another example. Dark Kent, I want you to imagine you have a long pole, and that pole represents your jab, represents your straight punches, right? Okay. When you try to attack the person in front of you, they keep slipping. And they're moving so fast to the right and the left, Dark Kent. Stay with me. You got the long pole. You keep trying to stab them with the pole, but they're too fast. They're moving to the right and the left, Dark Kent. If they're moving too fast to the right and the left, and you're trying to stab them with the pole, what do you now have to do, Dark Kent? You got the pole in your hand. You're trying to stab them. They're moving to the right and the left too fast, but you have to hit them with the pole. What do you have to do now? Don't nobody answer for Dark Kent. Let Dark Kent answer this. I have to make sure that I'm doing a better job as explaining as a coach, explaining the science. Dark Kent, talk to me. You got the pole. You're trying to stab the opponent. All right. Kind of like fencing. You're trying to stab them. They're moving too fast to the right and the left. So how do you hit them? How do you hit them? Where's Dark Kent, y'all? Where's Dark Kent? Nobody answer. Let Dark Kent answer this. Unless Dark Kent left. Where you at, Dark Kent? Exactly. I told y'all, you got to change your angles. Exactly. You have to change your angles. So if I can't hit him and he's moving to the left and the right, I have to change my angles. So, Dark Kent, if you have to change your angles, how are you going to change your angle to be able to hit this person that keeps moving to the left and the right so fast? Nobody answer. Let Dark Kent answer. How do you now change your angles so that you now can hit them with that pole? Where do you now have to salute, Del Rev? Where do you now have to move your feet? Where does your body now need to be so you can actually touch this person with what you're trying to hit them with? Dark Kent is getting it. Dark Kent is getting it. Pivot left or right. Dark Kent, you're a visual learner, but you just got exactly what I'm trying to tell you. You have to change your angles and pivot left or right. And then you can touch your opponent. That's all boxing is. Boxing is the same way, just like fencing. The thing about it, though, is there's more objects coming at you. So it seems that way. You're getting lefts and rights thrown at you. So it seems a lot of things are coming at you, but all you got to do is move your feet. This is what we mean by spinning your opponent. So now let's go back to Lubin versus Ortiz. in real time, y'all. If Lubin is now coming on a straight line and the person he's fighting keeps having a superior attack and he does not do what you just said, pivot to the left or the right, what's going to happen? Now, anybody can answer this. Based off of what Dark Kent just told you, you have to either change your angles, pivot left or right to hit them. What is going to happen to Lubin if he fights in the high guard against somebody with a superior attack and does not do what Dark Kent just said by changing his angles, pivoting left or right? What happens? Anybody can answer that. Talk to me, family. Talk to me. What happens? I'm going to tell you all what happens. You're going to get ran over. You're going to get your ass knocked out. So yes. So I give you all another example. In MMA, why do boxers a lot of times have such a superior advantage on the other so-called mixed martial artists? I'm going to tell you why. Taekwondo, you are attacking in a straight line. Karate, you are attacking in a straight line. Are you all following me? Muay Thai, to a certain extent, you're attacking in a straight line until you're not. You got a little bit more movement, but you're still attacking in a straight line. And what I mean by that is, if you're throwing a low kick, if you're throwing a front kick, if you're throwing the only time you're not in a straight line is when you are attacking with transverse attacks, like your spinning elbows, your reverse elbows, your jumping knees. Okay. Dark Kent said, is that kind of what happened to Manny when he got slept by Marquez in that fourth fight? That's exactly what happened. See, that's exactly what happened. And that is why coaches matter. That is why trainers matter. Because if Dark Kent is my fighter and I'm training him and I cannot make him see what I'm seeing, it don't matter what I come on YouTube and say. That's why people should respect Bo Mac more. Because he can make all the people it seems that he trains, if they just listen, they can see now. That's exactly what happened to Manny. He kept attacking on that straight line, and Marquez threw some shit that went over that line. Some might say over, some might say under, depending on how you're looking at it. And the line is coming at you. So when you look at these martial arts, but then you have somebody with just a little bit of boxing background, like a Rampage Jackson, Anderson Silva, John Jones. See, they don't like to talk about the boxing training they had before they went to the UFC. The media. But they were boxers first. A lot of people don't like to talk about that. Okay. Who else? Rashad Evans. Chuck Liddell. Most of the greatest fighters in MMA, a lot of them had a boxing background, right? All you got to do is attack the person off the line, or you spin them. And that's what we were talking about earlier. Being able to spin the fighter. See? When does one of the greatest fighters that we have, even though I don't like his life choices, but as far as in the ring, if you all remember, besides Shane Mosley, the only time Floyd would get in trouble was where? Talk to me, boxing family. The only time Floyd Mayweather would get in trouble, what it seemed, was where? Besides when Shane Mosley stuck him. There we go, Abel. I still remember how Rashad Evans knocked out Liddell Evans through first before Liddell and called him cold. That's a fact. That is a fact. Floyd Mayweather. Now we talking about in the ring. Floyd Mayweather will usually get in the most trouble against the rope. Go back to Madonna versus Floyd. Go back to Oscar versus Floyd. Go back to Castillo 1 versus Floyd. The only time Floyd will really get in trouble is against the rope. Him getting too comfortable. Thank you. The rope in the corner. Now, based off of the knowledge that we just went over, family, why is that? We done talking about the mainstream boxing media stuff. Now we're talking some science talk. Now some of the professors are not in here today because they would be answering all the questions. But luckily we got a few. We got Greenville and Mike in here. We got Best Pugilist in here. Y'all lucky Stormy B Man ain't in here because he be answering them all. And when nobody get an answer in. Because he's a teacher of the sport. But Greenville and Mike is right. The corner and the ropes is the only time Floyd would get in trouble. The reason why is that's the only time you could catch Floyd on a straight line because he has nowhere else to go. But as soon as he gets you back to the ring, that's right. When he went against Chop. Old Chop Crowley. But when Floyd would get you back to the middle of the ring and he would get you off of that line, it was a wrap. That's right. Thank you, Dark Kid. There you go. Dark Kid, you playing. See, I don't believe you, Dark Kid. I don't believe that you just so visual because now you answering everything. Dark Kid said you are unable to change angles on the ropes or corner. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So that's why it is so important to understand these angles. Now, let's go to Devin Haney versus Loma. Now, regardless of what people say or who won or who didn't win, it was a close fight. The reason why Loma didn't win it is because there's something that Loma likes to do. There's something that Loma likes to do that Devin would not allow him to do. Let me see if anybody know what I'm talking about. Greenville and Mike said Floyd was best in the middle of the ring. He could box circles around you literally. He could step around you off the line. That's a fact. That is a fact. Roy Jones was the same way in his prime. All of those great Olympians. You can even see it today. Keyshawn Davis, Olympian. Andy Cruz, Olympian. Shakur Stevenson, Olympian. The GOAT, Clarissa Shields, goddamn, two-time Olympic gold medalist. Isaiah W said, come forward. Come forward. Step around. Best Pugilist said, step around to the right. The Village Brother said Loma liked to walk his opponents down and Devin wouldn't let him and made him pay with body shots. Best Pugilist is correct. Loma liked to step around depending. He liked to step around to the right or the left. But what he wanted to do is do a superior pivot to now do what? Spin you. This is the knowledge we've been dropping the whole time. It's all about spinning the opponent. Okay? When you're at this level of fighting, nobody wants to get punched. All the punches hurt. I don't care what they tell you. All the punches hurt. These are professional boxers. So everyone likes to, well, not everyone. Some people don't mind brawling. But for the smart fighters, for the pugilists, they like to jab. They like to keep you on the outside. And they like to attack you on either your right or your left, forcing you to turn. Go back and watch Loma versus Devin. Loma keeps trying to get to Devin's weaker side, and Devin won't let him. Every time he tries it, Devin goes down and hits Loma with a body shot. Ooh, nasty. I would have loved to see that rematch. The Village Brother said, I read that. Green Villain Mike said Loma liked to punch at angles, but Devin would throw to the body and throw the jab to stop him. Loma is a great come forward fighter because of his feet. That is a fact. Now, knowing that, we can go look at Madrimov versus Virgil, and we can see that the only time Madrimov is successful is he has to move those feet. So when we have these discussions, if someone cannot give you a definitive answer on why they feel this fighter's going to win or this fighter's going to beat him, that's the difference between somebody hating and somebody really just feeling like, well, I think this person's going to win based off of this equation of the sweet science that I'm making up in my head. So now we have Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. Let me say this, family. There's a few things going on that a lot of people are not taking into consideration. These guys, I have to say this. These guys who have been cutting weight for long periods of time, and they come up and are strong as shit, and people don't understand how. How does a Terrence Crawford go up all those weight classes and be that strong? How does a Clarissa Shields not knock out anybody for fight after fight after fight? And then her 16th fight, her first time at that weight class, she drops her opponent, stops her opponent. Then the next heavyweight girl, she drops her down. There's something going on here. Now there's another science. Oh, we about to do it. Hold on, family. Oh, we about to go there. Hold on. Now, those yes men that are around you, that's not what you need as a fighter. As a fighter, you need your coach. You need your nutritionist. Okay? You need your doctor. You need your physical therapist. Okay? And you need your family. All that other shit can wait. Crawford had one of the best trainers prepare him almost a year and a half before the fight with Canelo to get his body right, to get his arms right, to be able to take those punches, to get his legs right. And people got mad at us when I tried to tell you all they're building Crawford. Who remembers? Because I don't want anybody to say I'm lying. I'm hoping somebody in the chat was around when I said this. Who was around when we had a conversation like this on the Brother Drew Titans channel, and I was one of the ones standing on my own telling y'all, listen, they're building Crawford's legs to take the fight to Canelo, and people drug me for saying that. Who remembers that? I know somebody in here. Somebody is in here when we had that discussion And I said they're building his lower half to take the fight to Canelo. Thank you. Stephen Elder Mack said I was there. We dropping science, family. Now, not only was I a boxing coach and had my own gym, y'all, I was a personal trainer for almost 10 years. National Association of Sports Medicine, 10 years. And what I know is when you cut weight for so long and you got that grown man strength that's having to be almost suppressed again and again, and then out of nowhere you're allowed to start keeping muscle on that frame, not having to deplete your body. Family, somebody's going to be in trouble. If you do it right, the strength that you're going to have, somebody's going to be in trouble. Now, with that being said, everybody can't do that. Okay? You can't be one of these fighters that's in shape when it's time to fight, and then after you just let yourself go. But fighters like Devin, Floyd could have did it if he didn't break his hands. Terrence Crawford, fighters like Ward, they can do it. They have the work ethic. Their body can withstand it. The neuropathy in their body. For those of you that know, you know. But let's look at Devin versus Norman Jr. I'm going to tell you all who's going to win this and how it's going to happen. With all the science we just dropped. And hey, I have to say this again. Shout out to my brother Trill Will for coming through. Salute, man. I really appreciate that. But let me say this. Whoever is able to win the foot placement and the spin is who's going to win. Whoever dominates the foot placement and the spin is going to win. That's all I'm gonna give you on that one. I can't give y'all everything for free, but I'm gonna give you that one. Lubin and Ortiz, same thing. If Lubin fights the way he fought his last fight against Ortiz, Ortiz is going to knock his ass out. But if he fights the way I know he can, head off the line, spinning Ortiz, touching, hitting and not getting hit, he can upset Ortiz. He can. But if he goes in there playing, let me not say playing. If he goes in there in the high guard, we already know what that chin is like. He's going to have a bad day, y'all. I'm sorry. But we're rooting for the brother Lubin. I can't believe these fights are all happening this month. This weekend, we got Lubin versus Ortiz. Later in the month, we have, who we got? We got Haney versus Norman Jr. We got Bam Bam Rodriguez. Then the next month, we got Isaac Cruz versus Lamont Roach. We got Laura fighting. We got Ramos Jr. versus Mosley Jr. Who else we got? Man, we got Benavidez versus Yard. We got family. We got some heavy hitters about to lay it down. So like I said, the sport of boxing is going to rise again. But the trolls are coming with us. Even when Tank leaves, even when whoever favorite fighter leaves, who are just casuals and the race fans, can't forget them. We just have to keep supporting the greatness. We cannot let them deplete the sweet science. We can't allow them to turn this into this sock and bop-em BS that I know they have plans to do. But family, I can't believe it. We've been live. I don't know who got me talking about Dark Kent said Mason. Hold on. When is Mason fight? How'd I miss that? Hold up, man. Hold up, y'all. We can't leave. Can't leave like that. Abdullah Mason? Family, I am tripping. Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes in November on the Riyadh season card. Wow. I did not know Mason was fighting on that card. That's crazy. You know, before we go, I gotta say this, man. And this is to the brothers from my community, to my black brothers. I want y'all to know something. One of the biggest tricks that we have been convinced is that we always have to go outside to be great. Just like True Will and I was just talking about that Tank card in Atlanta. That whole weekend was like all-star weekend, surrounded around a boxing event. You know, if you took brothers from DC, brothers from Philly, if you took brothers from New York, brothers from the West Coast, brothers from the Midwest, brothers from the South, you would think, if you were not from America, you would think that these people are from different countries. That's how much swag we got, y'all. That's how much talent we got. The sport of boxing does not go on without us doing our thing. And don't let anybody try to convince you otherwise. Now, I don't know what's going on with Tank, but we got to keep moving. And it looks like that's what's about to happen. Look at these fighters we got coming up, y'all. Norman Jr., Devin Haney, Abdullah Mason. Even when Crawford leads, we got fighters to keep the path going. We got Foster, we got Fortin, we got the Masons coming up. We have some great amateurs coming up. We have to be the ones that root these young brothers on, y'all. We have to stop dragging them as soon as they look like they're going to be a threat to your favorite fighter. Come on, man. The same way the Mexican people, they're already getting ready for their next lineup of champions. They know Canelo's done. He's done. And he's done enough. He don't owe boxing nothing else. He's done enough. We've had our disagreements with some of his moves, but hey, it is what it is. He's done. His time is over with. But the same way they're rooting theirs on, we got to be the same way. The same way the Japanese are rooting on their boxers and getting heavily into the sport. The same way the Cubans get behind their fighters. Family, we have to do the same thing with ours and stop banging on each other when we have two great competitive fighters. I don't like what I saw, Crawford versus Errol Spence. I don't like the shit that I'm seeing now with this Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. Let them fight. Let it get personal with them. We don't need to do that because it causes division in the whole community. So thank you, Dark Kent, for that information. I did not know that Abdullah Mason was fighting, but shout out to Abdullah Mason. I love the Mason family, their father, Abdullah Mason. I love his attitude. He said, I ain't got no brothers. The only brothers I got is these dudes right here with the last name Mason. We ain't got no friends in boxing. That's my kind of champion. That's my kind of champion right there. Shaquilla Fields said November 22nd, the dream, Devin Haney. And I just got to say this, y'all. Let me read this. Best Pugilist said, Lubin has to fight like a true southpaw and follow his right now and let it lead him to the right jab out of the way of Ortiz's right hand. Exactly. Jay Brumfield said we are too tribal. Well, see, I don't think so. Now, are you saying the human race is too tribal or black people are too tribal? Because see, if you're saying that black folks is too tribal, I believe that we're too I think this is what you're saying. We are too tribal with causing division amongst each other instead of being tribal as a whole. Because ain't nothing wrong with you rooting for your family. The problem with us is it's too many sections. You got the Devin Haney tribe, Norman Jr. tribe, Tank Davis tribe, Shakur tribe. Family. We should love the sport of boxing, and these are all black American fighters. We can't even stick together as a unit because we're ready to knock each other's head off over two black American fighters. It doesn't make sense. Brother said to me yesterday, Delano, if you still in here, what you say to me? You said, how you say it? You say, we have so much forgiveness in our hearts for people like Jake Paul, but we are unforgiving with each other. And I had to agree with you there. Best Pugilist says boxing always replenishes itself and will always be that way as long as it is a sport. That's right. See, nature always takes back over. Right? But we have to ask ourselves sometimes, what side of history are you going to be on when you're condoning the BS? What side of history are you going to be on if you stand there and say the best don't need to fight the best? I like the way his braids look. I like his leg tattoos. Ugh. Yeah. Nasty work. These are conversations our uncles and grandfathers from old, they weren't talking like this. They weren't saying I like the way Joe Frazier pick his afro. Some of us men need to do some reevaluation in the mirror. Because boxing doesn't have a place for what you're pushing. And shout out to Shaquilla Fields. Shaquilla Fields said November 22nd, the dream is going to do his thing. November 22nd, the dream is going to do his thing. Boxing always replenishes itself. And I just feel so good that over the last 2 years, even when people laughed at me, people trolled me, we're standing by the integrity of the sport of boxing. We stood firm and we're still here. We have to stop letting people get in our way. Can you all imagine? Where's my book? In Jay Prince's book, Art of Respect, he goes in detail on how the powers that be stopped the fight between Roy Jones and Mike Tyson happening in 2000. Family, can you imagine? This is before Roy Jones lost to Tarver. This was right after Roy went up to heavyweight. Jay Prince, Roy Jones, a few more people went out to Houston. They sat down with Jay Prince and they were going to plan that fight. Don't let nobody tell you our people don't sell. Dark Kent said, despite me not looking forward to that Tank versus Paul fight, Jake definitely showed his Anglo-Saxon true colors towards Tank once their fight was canceled. Let me tell you something, family. We're at a point now, Dark Kent. Some of our people, we have to let them learn the hard way. See, like Best Pugilist said, the cream always rises to the top. It's always weeded out in the end. See, what Best Pugilist is talking about is when you throw the real and the fake in the furnace of affliction, only those who are strong enough are going to come to the top, are going to come through those trials and tribulations with great substance, because they were built for it. They were made for it. That's what the sport of boxing is about. That's why so many are hating on the young Shedeur Sanders right now, because it seems like no matter what they do, man, he's still smiling. He's still working hard. He's still showing up. He ain't letting nothing they do affect his spirit. They can't stand it. Hey, there go Delano. Delano said, Coach, quick question. When have you ever seen Haney dominated or behind in a boxing match, including Ryan? None. He will be up by points against Norman. So let me say this. I don't know if you all watched me call which fight was that I called? Man, if Patrice X was in here, he could tell me, because Patrice X was on that live with me. It wasn't Canelo versus, it was the Mbili versus, no. Not Mbili versus Martinez. It was a fight on that card. So Jay Brumfield said, I'm a boxing fan first, but I do have my favorite fighters. And fam, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you having your favorite fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my favorite fighters. Even though, you know what I'm saying, there's people that Roy Jones, in his prime, is my favorite fighter in the ring of all time. Muhammad Ali, in my opinion, is the greatest. Floyd Mayweather is my favorite defensive fighter. Him, and I would say Pernell Whitaker. I love watching and now look, let me show you something. Even though Roy Jones was my favorite, I can watch Sugar Ray Leonard's fights all day. And I know that might sound crazy, but I'm weird like that. I can watch Sugar. It's just the craftsmanship. I believe, because sometimes our ideas can contradict with each other. Like, watch this. I believe that Pernell Whitaker and Marvin Hagler are, no, I ain't gonna say that. I'll say Pernell Whitaker, I think, is a better switch hitter than Crawford, but I think Crawford is a better finisher while switch hitting than Pernell. You see what I'm saying? But none of that, what I believe, is ever going to put the integrity of the sport at risk the way we have seen people try to do over the last example. Family, we were talking about this earlier. Why does Ring Magazine keep trying to praise everybody else but the people that's pushing the sport forward? And then rewarding cheaters, rewarding Ryan Garcia, making a whole page for Robert Garcia and his stable, and you don't say shit about Bomac, and haven't it since Crawford won. If you do enough studying, you can connect the dots. But let me say something about that the point thing that Delano was talking about. You know, Delano said, hey, quick question. When have you ever seen Haney dominated or behind in a boxing match, including Ryan? None. He will be up by points against Norman. Now, when I was doing that one fight on the Canelo versus Crawford card, I believe, one of the prelims, I showed everybody how fights can easily be stole with the 10-point system. Okay? So, in a 12-round fight, and y'all have to remember this. This is why we're going to have to watch this. That's right. We're going to have to watch this Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. fight closely, and I'm going to tell you why. The judges don't count on the average person knowing how the 10-point systems works. All right. A 10-9 round. Now, even though it's called the 10-point system, judges are highly motivated to never put a 10-10 round because it makes it almost impossible to actually judge the fight if they do that. If 3 judges have multiple 10-10 rounds, that's why you're told not to do that, okay? A 10-9 round is a close round. Okay, a 10-8 round is a knockdown or a standing 8 count. Y'all following me? All right. There were some casuals doing the Canelo versus Crawford fight who thought that those numbers at the end represented the punches thrown. All right. And if you thought that, it's okay. You didn't know, coach is telling you now. You need to study how the 10-point system works. So if you have the first 6 rounds is 10-9. All the rounds are close. The next 6 rounds, you got to work your ass off to either get a 10-8 or a knockout. So whether we know it or not, even though to us, we might see somebody get their ass whooped, a lot of fights are a lot closer than what you think. So we'll see. We're gonna see what happens. I'm hoping that Devin is training his body to be smart, but not be afraid to show what I believe he can do. And Devin, I believe we're going to see strength in him. Like we talked about earlier about that weight thing, not having to cut as much, being able to eat more chicken, more steak, the grown man strength that's coming in. And I keep telling people, we don't know if Devin has his grown man strength yet or not. But y'all are about to find out. Norman Jr. is training his body to take the fight to Devin. Cut that ring off. So we're going to see what happens. But family, I mean, I've been live 2 hours and 30 minutes. Please like, subscribe, share. I wasn't supposed to be on this long. I was just going to do 45 minutes, but we got to talk on that boxing talk. So, man, salute to everybody that came in. Hey, listen, we have best pugilists in the chat who trained in the USA Boxing program alongside Mike Tyson. Man, shout out to you. Said there's nothing wrong having your favorite fighter as long as you maintain sportsmanship. Said that my favorite fighter growing up as a kid were Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Larry Holmes, one of the best jabs in boxing. Shout out to Jay Brumfield, my brother Delano in here representing. Dark Kent. I hope I was able to do some good coaching and help you out, brother. Salute to Shaquila Fields in the house. Who else we got? Man, shout out to my brother Trill Will, who came through to support the brother out there with his son doing his thing. Shout out to that black man. Shout out to Stephen L. Max. Shout out to Green Villain Mike. Shout out to Isaiah W. in the house. Shout out to Macadacious Back of the South. Pimpin' since been pimping, you dig? Shout out to my brother Abel, who came through. Who else we got? Shout out to Del Real. Shout out to the real Shelton LDBC. God bless the mighty LDBC coming through. Shout out to my brother Andrew 100. Shout out to One East Side Ease Money. Shout out to the Sensei Stormy B Man. The Sensei would have been answering all them questions. And shout out to my sister, always supporting me every single time, Dr. Cameron Fields. Every time. Yes, sir. Peace to the family. Hey, shout out to the village, brother. How can I ever forget? Shout out to, I got to let y'all know because somebody sent me a cash app. Hold on. Got to give a shout out. You sending money to the channel. Shout out to my brother, Eric Jordan. Got to give a shout out to you, brother. So peace to the chat. Peace to my comrades. And it's always smoke to the COINTELPRO boxing fan. Peace. All praise is due to the Most High. We talking boxing talk. We talking boxing talk. So pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sometimes, like in boxing, life knock you down. Get up on both feet. We never accept defeat. Remove the chains off your mind and take your time. The truth teller's always on the front line. You COINTELPRO boxer fans, you're dead wrong. Spitting division and hate all day long. But I rebuke you spineless devils in the name of Jesus. And y'all know we really don't give a damn about your wicked motives, always trying to split the fam. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sunday afternoon, I need to unwind. I grab a cup of tea and play my sister Sugar Free. Mom, her knowledge, she will set you free. But don't get it twisted, ain't nothing sweet. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. My brother Drew Titan early in the AM, always speaking facts about the code. All the truth tellers, yeah, they real bold. The General 78, yeah, he real cold. Need some boxing history, shout out to Stormy B. Queen Shawala, always on the scene. And gotta give a shout out to our champ side. Getting us real facts, always down to ride. Now through one of these truth tellers, you found me. Now let's talk boxing with Coach B. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Shout out to my brothers Freedom March, Patrice X, who helped me put this whole thing together, and my sister, the great honorable Dr. Cameron Fields, helping us get our minds right. Mind, body, and soul.